Alright, also look. Ooh, welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we're gonna be talking about the Energizer Bunny himself, Merab the Machine Dvalishvili, and his monumental performance against Umar Nurmagomedov during UFC 311. And basically covering as well as going over my initial reaction during the fight, as well as taking a deep dive on what's next for the Bantamweight GOAT. So, with that being said, without further ado, let's get right in to the video. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share so you can help me reach 2,000 subscribers by May. I'll deeply appreciate you. And make sure you join the official UFC Discord, link in the description. Alright, so look, 48-47, 48-47, and 49-46 for the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC Bantamweight champion of the world, Merab the Machine Dvalishvili. Wow, absolutely stupendous win by the Machine, Merab Dvalishvili, at UFC 311 against Umar Nurmagomedov last night. And look, I think it's time that the Bantamweight GOAT discussions come to a close, taking into consideration the bona fide masterclass Merab Dvalishvili put on against Umar Nurmagomedov. Like, dog, this is coming from a TJ Dillashaw diehard. Merab Dvalishvili is the greatest 135er of all time, and the performance last night has just cemented it for me. Like, dog, last night I couldn't even fake to care about the main event because of how happy I was for Merab Dvalishvili, man. Like, you guys do not understand. I remember when people were talking about, oh, father's plan this, father's plan that. Umar Nurmagomedov is the most well-rounded fighter in the bantamweight division and is going to show levels against Merab. And then when you would ask them, name me one notable fighter Umar Nurmagomedov has beaten other than Corey the Sandman Sanhagen, they'd be speechless. And look, I know a bunch of the MMA community were talking about it being 2-0 Umar going into the third round. But if you ask me, I thought it was a clear 5-0 sweep from Merab Dvalishvili last night. But I'm a bit biased, so please take that with a grain of salt. But even if he did lose those two first rounds, he absolutely comes back and freaking dominates Umar until the end of the fight, clowning him and showboating the entire time. Like, the cat was literally talking to the commentary booth while simultaneously defending a takedown from Umar Nurmagomedov. And look, when you really think about it, that's absolutely crazy, because this is Umar Nurmagomedov we're talking about, and regardless of the lackluster resume, this wasn't no jobber, you feel me? Like, this was supposed to be the heir to the Nurmagomedov throne, blessed with the will to carry on the Nurmagomedov legacy and retire from the sport undefeated. Until there came a 5'4" Georgian midget working in construction in order to make ends meet, without a famous last name, mind you, that came into America with that gritty immigrant mentality. Quite literally the textbook definition of a Cinderella story, if you ask me. But look, with all that being said, Umar looked great in the first couple rounds, like using the takedown threat to land some solid, clean strikes on Merab early, as well as showed some elite level takedown offense as well as defense. But all that came to a halt real quick when Umar faded massively in the second half of the fight. And if you go back to watch the fight and listen a little closely, you can even hear Habib in Umar's corner losing his freaking marbles that Umar wasn't showing the same sense of urgency he was displaying at the beginning of the fight. And all of that was due to the ridiculous amount of pace, pressure, and volume being shown in there by Merab Dvalishvili. Like, now y'all finally understand why every time I mention Merab in a video, I started off by calling him the living embodiment of the Energizer Bunny himself. Like, the cat literally doesn't get tired. And look, I've been preaching the same gospel for ages now, but I'm a very firm believer in Merab's pace, volume, as well as his pressure, quite literally being the best triple threat in the game today. And even fighters in the past who were known for such things wouldn't even be able to ever do it like Merab. Not Colby, not Nate, not even Max can contest. And now, Merab has used that very same triple threat to hand Umar Nurmagomedov his very first loss ever in his professional career, and with that, has simultaneously ended the Nurmagomedov undefeated streak. So now, we're here left asking, what's next for Merab Dvalishvili? And you see, it's kind of tricky trying to accurately pinpoint where he goes right now in his career. I mean, first and foremost, the guy is the bantamweight GOAT, like undeniably, with the resume to back it up as well. I mean, we've got guys like Marlon Moraes, Jose Aldo, Petr Yan, Henry Cejudo, Sugar Sean O'Malley, and now Umar Nurmagomedov. So there's no question that Merab Dvalishvili's resume isn't elite or GOAT worthy. I mean, the guy's kind of beaten all the heavy hitters at the 135-pound division, so trying to accurately pinpoint where he goes next is kind of difficult. But if I were to give my opinion on what's next for Merab Dvalishvili, I'd probably say featherweight. I want to see Merab Dvalishvili get that second belt, and I really do think it's possible. But with his brother as well as fellow Georgian Ilia El Matador Topuria sitting upon that 145-pound throne, I doubt featherweight's a possibility within the near future. So the next best thing is probably rematches. I mean, Petr Yan is coming off of a dominant 50-45 win against Davidson Figueiredo, and Merab has already voiced his similar thoughts on a rematch. And I think the Merab versus Petr Yan 2 fight could possibly be the next steps for the bantamweight GOAT. Or if the UFC are still on the Sugar Sean hype train, a rematch between Sugar and the Machine ain't crazy either. But I feel like if anything should happen, I think Petr Yan and Sugar Sean should have their long-awaited rematch, and whoever comes out on top should be granted the title shot. That way, we gave Merab a break. I mean, the guy just made a 3.5-month comeback and beat the 135-pound Golden Child, off of winning the title, mind you. So, I mean, the guy kind of deserves it. And at the same time, we see who the real #1 contender is, since bantamweight doesn't necessarily have a true #1 contender. That way, we get the best of both worlds. We gave Merab a break while having Sugar versus Yan in order to figure out their long drawn-out rivalry, while also getting a true #1 contender. Seems like a win-win in my book, if you ask me. But all in all, what a fantastic display of hard work, grit, as well as determination from Merab Dvalishvili. The amount of mental fortitude you need in order to prevail in circumstances like these is just beyond commendable. Like, you've got to take into account what Merab was facing going into the octagon last night. He was first, the slight underdog as a dominant champion, mind you. Had 75% of the MMA community rooting against him, was mentally frustrated because he didn't like the guy because of all the Twitter trash talk, and was lastly facing a flippin' Nurmagomedov who just so happened to have Habib Nurmagomedov in his corner. Not only is Merab Dvalishvili the textbook definition of a nigh infinite gas tank as well as infinite stamina pool, but quite literally the living embodiment of hard work and the idea of nothing to something to everything. But that's all I've got to say for this video. Let me know in the comment section below, what are your guys' thoughts on the outcome of Umar Nurmagomedov versus Merab Dvalishvili during UFC 311? Let me know in the comment section below. But that about wraps up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.